She called it clinginess for a week. It was the only accurate warning label in the house. Guinevere Aldana Whitfield ran a small landscaping business, which meant she knew more about plants than almost anyone in her neighborhood. What to grow, what to avoid, what belonged in a yard with small children? That expertise was exactly what made her slow to believe her own dog over her own judgment. Their golden retriever, Percy, had started a new habit the week the lilies bloomed along the back fence. Every time 18-month-old Marisol wandered toward that flower bed, Percy would trot over and physically herd her back with his shoulder, angling his body between her and the blooms. Guinevere assumed it was simple overprotectiveness, maybe a new phase of separation anxiety now that Marisol was walking further on her own. She'd planted that bed herself. She knew every stem in it. That detail would matter. She didn't clock it yet. By the third day, Percy's herding had intensified. He wasn't just nudging Marisol away, he was planting himself directly in front of the bed like a living fence whenever she got within a few feet of it, refusing to move even when Guinevere called him off. Her sister, visiting that weekend, watched it happen twice and said the thing Guinevere hadn't wanted to consider. He's not being clingy, he's guarding that specific spot. Guinevere laughed it off. 11 years in landscaping told her exactly what grew in that bed, and none of it seemed dangerous enough to explain a dog's sudden vigilance. She redirected Marisol toward the swing set instead and let the moment pass. Friday afternoon, with Guinevere distracted by a phone call, Marisol slipped past Percy's usual post and reached the flower bed before he could intercept her, one small hand already closing around a fallen petal near her mouth. Percy was there in an instant, nose forcing her hand back down, body pressed firmly against her side, an urgency in his posture Guinevere had never seen from him. Guinevere's professional knowledge finally caught up with the moment in front of her. She looked at the plant properly for the first time in days, instead of assuming she already knew it, and realized the lilies she'd inherited with the house weren't the lilies she'd planted years ago. A previous owner's bulbs had come up mixed in, and one of them was a variety toxic if ingested, easy to mistake at a glance for something harmless. She called poison control immediately. The specialist on the line confirmed what her landscaping instinct hadn't caught. Even small ingested amounts could cause serious illness in a toddler Marisol's size, and the timing of intervention mattered enormously. You caught this before ingestion, which is the best possible outcome, the specialist told her. A lot of calls we get are after the fact. Guinevere sat on the porch steps for a long time after hanging up. Percy herding Marisol away from that bed for days. Not clinginess. He was reading a danger that 11 years of landscaping expertise had let her walk past without a second look. The refusal to move from his post. Not stubbornness. A guardian holding a line she hadn't realized needed holding. And the moment he forced her hand back down, the one instant, the warning finally became the rescue. If you love stories about what animals notice before we do, subscribe, Pause Before Panic, posts one every week. They dug up the entire bed that weekend. Percy still gives that corner of the yard a glance, even now, though there's nothing left there to guard against. Has your dog ever protected your child from something you thought you already understood? Tell us in the comments below. Marisol plays freely in the yard now, the old flower bed replaced with a patch of grass, Percy stretched out in the sun nearby, finally at ease. If this story mattered to you, subscribe so you never miss the next one. Next week's story is about a dog who refused to let a toddler near the pool gate on the one afternoon it mattered most.